The Republicans are still playing speaker roulette. They're looking for someone else. Kevin McCarthy, the Ukrainian shill, out of here. Out of here, as my people, the Italians, say. Get out of here. They got rid of him a while ago. Now they were down to two. They were down to Steve Scalise, who was more the establishment guy, and Jim Jordan, who's more the Trump type guy. I like Jim Jordan better. I think he did a great job putting Dr. Fauci in his place. I think he's been a good congressman. I think he's based as fuck. Here's the thing. Does the Republican Party look good right now? No, absolutely not. But I've been saying this since they got rid of McCarthy. It's going to be a tough transitionary period. It's going to hurt, but we have to rip the Band-Aid off as a country. We have to get as many of these establishment shills out of positions of power as we possibly can. Now, the Democrats have made it clear they're not going to do that. They want to kiss the establishment's ass. That's fine. Let them do their thing. We got to get them out of power in the Republican Party. That's the only chance we have to reclaim this republic, is to get rid of these shills in positions of power, these authoritarian regime shills that are holding office. Kevin McCarthy's one of them. Steve Scalise is another one. Nancy Pelosi, Hakeem Jeffries, all of these clowns. But the Republicans are the only ones that have shown any type of indication they want to do something about it, so I'm hitching my wagon to the good parts of the Republican Party. So I wanted Byron Donalds because, again, I believe you should have to be able to bench press 225 pounds to hold office, and he can clearly do that. But they didn't agree with me on that, so it is what it is. But I think Jim Jordan's the guy. It's going to hurt for a little bit. I'm not going to lie. This is going to be rough, but I promise you, if we stick to the plan, it will be worth it. We've got to get these people out. We got to rip the Band-Aid off. It's not fun, but it needs to be done. It's necessary. It's like when you dislocate your wrist. I've done it before. It hurts like hell popping it back in, but it's necessary, because if you don't, you're going to walk around with a deformed limb that's completely useless for the rest of your life until you do pop it back in. And the longer you wait to pop it back in, which is going to hurt like hell, again, not going to be fun, but the longer you wait to pop that wrist back in, the more permanent damage you're going to have done, the more useless your wrist is going to be for the rest of your life. So we need to just pop it back into place. It sucks. It's going to hurt for a little bit. It's going to make the right look like a bunch of disorganized twits, and to an extent, a lot of us are, myself included. But it needs to be done. It needs to be done. So hopefully they can come together. It probably won't happen we're recording this Wednesday the 18th, pre-taping it. Hopefully it won't, or my guess is it probably won't happen by the end of the week when this episode airs, but ideally it will. Who knows? Hopefully it won't, because then I won't have to do another show about it and we can just update it in real time, but nonetheless. The only other option, if Jim Jordan doesn't work, and this sounds crazy, the only other person that stands a chance of being nominated Speaker of the House is Donald Trump. And that sounds crazy. Now, there's a couple Republicans that are holding up the Jim Jordan nomination. I mean, you guys do what you want, but if these are your representatives, give them a call. One of them, Don Bacon, right here in Nebraska. My hometown, he will not vote for Jim Jordan. And a lot of people want to primary Don Bacon. And now, I get it. I don't like him either. I think he's a sellout. I think we should primary Don Bacon from the right. Here's the thing, though, and you got to be cautious of this, because people see this, and they see Nebraska Republican who's held office for a long time, and they're like, okay, let's get Don Bacon out. Let's get a real conservative in. We'll give him the Liz Cheney treatment like we did in Wyoming. Nebraska District 2, I grew up there. I don't live there anymore. I grew up there. That is not Wyoming, where Liz Cheney was. That is a whole different ballgame. I'm going to tell you right now, that is Nebraska District 2 is nothing like the rest of the state. Don Bacon is about as conservative as you're going to get in Nebraska's 2nd District. You're not going to do much better. And the thing is, the last couple people they've run against him have been radical Marxists. And Bacon's far from perfect. I'm not a fan. But, I mean, you're talking people that are pushing an agenda to destroy this country from the inside out and then restart it in their communist dream. Those are the people they're running against him. So be careful what you wish for, because any further to the right of Don Bacon is going to be real hard to get elected in Omaha. It's just not going to happen. Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, be sure to click the link in the description to get the full episode on Rumble. If you prefer to listen along, you could actually get us on Spotify, Spreaker, and iHeartRadio. You can also go to www.outlawstreamers.com to learn more about not just my show, but tons of other great shows and all the exciting projects they have coming up. Follow my socials at Caleb Isn't Funny on Twitter and Instagram, at Caleb Salvatore Comedy on the Chinese Spy app that is TikTok, and be sure to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thanks, and we'll see you every Saturday for brand new episodes of That's Based. Peace.